Hello, my name's Lily, and today I thought I would show you through some of my jewelry collection. I had somebody request this in the comments, and I thought it was a really good idea, and I actually tried to film this a few days ago, and it was a horrendous failure. I watched it back and I thought, this is so boring. And I mean, ASMR is not necessarily designed to be riveting, but my god, it was boring. So I've decided to try it again. And this time what I'll do is I'll just show a small selection of what I've got. So let's get started. As always, this is going to be soft-spoken, natural, nothing too forced. I've got this scarf here because one of the things that bothered me in my previous attempt at this was the sound of the jewelry on the table was a little bit jarring. So hopefully this softens it a little bit. I love this scarf. Alright, so here is my jewelry box, and I have a few special pieces, but for the most part my jewelry is predominantly costume jewelry, so nothing too expensive. I feel like when I was younger I was really bad for losing things, and ever since then I'm both very careful with what I do have and hesitant to buy too much that's too expensive. So I'll show you a few of the pieces that I wear frequently. So maybe first I should start with this. I won't take it off, but this is the one piece that I wear pretty much every day of my life, almost. And I've had it for years now, and it's my most treasured piece. And it's just, maybe I will take it off for you. Let's see. There we go. So, it's not glamorous or even worth that much, but it's very sentimental for me. So it's just a gold chain that my dad bought for me, and these two charms that I've picked up over the years. So this first one, it says Paz, which I believe that means peace in Spanish, but I actually got it in Paris on my first trip there when I was 19 with my very good friend at the time. And it was originally, as you can see, it's got two holes in it, because it was originally threaded through a little bracelet, and my friend and I got matching ones and wore them for the whole trip. And I've kept it partly as a memento of that trip, but also I guess as a symbol for that time in my life and visiting what has become my favourite city for the first time. So that's that one. And the other one is an English penny coin from the year I was born. And the story behind this is that when I was in my early 20s, I went and lived in England for a while. And while I was there, I lived in a share house and became best friends with the girl who owned the house. We were inseparable. And I was always, while I was there, I was always searching for a penny coin that was from my birth year. And weirdly, I never found one. And then after I left and came back to Australia, that first Christmas that I was back home, my friend and housemate from England posted me a present for Christmas, and it was this. It was the penny coin from my birth year that she'd found or bought and had it set in a bezel so it could go onto a necklace. And so those are the two things I wear around my neck every day, pretty much. And then sometimes, I think it's in here, let me try it. Yeah, in here. Sometimes I also add this, I don't know if you can hear, this little opal, which was from my grandmother. So sometimes I also have that on there as well. And the other thing that I wear pretty much every day without fail is this watch. And it's actually pretty recent. I got it for my birthday this year. And it's just a vintage Seiko watch that I bought online from a second-hand watch store. I think they're based in Germany. And yeah, I like that it's pre-owned and has had some kind of life before it found its way to me. And it's just small and simple, and I love it. And the store that I bought it from was so sweet because when it arrived, they had obviously checked where they were posting it to, and they had already set the watch to my local time, which I thought was such a beautiful little touch. So yeah, that's my watch. And then what else should I show you? Let's go with my necklaces, I think. So remember, all of this is not super expensive costume jewelry. Maybe one more. I'll show you this one. That is not a necklace, that is a lipstick. And don't ask me why it's in my jewelry box, because I don't know. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that I'll show you. So these two, actually these three, are all vintage pieces that I bought either on Etsy or eBay. I have recently discovered that there is amazing costume jewelry that you can find secondhand on those platforms from like the 80s, even the 70s, for a really good price, probably the same or less than what you pay for modern costume jewelry, but on top of the price being equal or better, you're getting something that has a bit of history, and I really like that. Plus, I also think that a lot of things from previous decades were just better quality. So this one is a little, I guess it's meant to look like a Fabergé egg. You can see that. Do I do the beauty influencer hand to show you? So pretty. So this one I bought on, I think I got this one on eBay, and it's actually designed by Joan Rivers, the late, I think she was American comedian, and I didn't know, but apparently she had a jewelry collection back in the 80s or 90s, and a lot of her designs involved replicas of Fabergé eggs, and they're really pretty and super unique. This one has so much detail. Maybe I'll use this as a little this lipstick is coming in handy. So it's got little crystals all around, has a black gemstone at the bottom, and all of this beautiful gold detailing and almost like beading around here. And then the details here, I know you can't really see because I'm quite far away, but the details here almost remind me of the ornate mouldings you might see on the roof of an old building in Paris or in a palace, almost like Versailles style. And then it's got these black gems dotted around, and then a Roman numeral for 5 there. So what I really like about it is not only is it super detailed and unique, and it absolutely appeals to my inner magpie, but it's very heavy, which I find weirdly comforting when I hold it. It's really weighty, and the pendant, or the chain, sorry, is really long, which I really like. So if I wear it, it sits quite low, sort of on my sternum, and I really love that because I feel like jewelry the last maybe 5 years or more it's been more trendy for necklaces to be shorter, and I feel like I'm ready for more long pendants. So there's that one. And then the next one is another piece from Joan Rivers. And when my friend saw this, she said, "Oh, it looks like a cute little olive," which I suppose it does. I'll show you. You see that? It's almost the same colour as this scarf. Green is my favourite colour. And this one I think I also found on eBay. And it's a little bit less sparkly and ornate compared to this one, but I really think it's very beautiful. It still has this gorgeous detailing all around, and I love the slightly marbled effect in the green stone. And I just find when I'm wearing something really simple, kind of like what I'm wearing now, it's just a nice way to make it feel a bit more special. So you can see there. This one's a little bit shorter than this one. So there's that one. And this one is one that I wear quite frequently. It is from the French brand Cézanne, which is more well known for its clothing, but they do very nice costume jewellery as well. And it has this stone on it, which sort of changes colour depending on the light, but it's almost like an olive with some golden tones in it. And as you can see, the chain's a little bit chunkier. And I wear this one a lot actually. It just seems to go with a lot of the colours that I lean toward in my wardrobe. And maybe I can show you. This one away. So this one sits a little bit higher. And when I wear it, I'm really tempted to do this. I'm sure whoever sits next to me at work on the days that I wear this finds me very annoying. There's something kind of comforting about it. Maybe it's like a self-soothing thing. I don't know. But yeah, I love it. And something about the stone makes it feel like almost like a talisman. So there's that. I love how the light reflects. It almost reminds me of my nails I've got at the moment. I don't know if you can really see, but I got them done the other day, and I got like cat eye nails for the first time, and they almost look like stones. as well. Stones or jelly beans, I can't decide, but you can kind of see. Now, the last piece that I'll show you is this necklace, and this is probably the one I wear the least but love the most. This was one of those really special finds. So I believe I got this on Etsy. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was Etsy. And it is another vintage piece, but it's from the 70s, which is cool. And I think it was vintage dead stock, and my understanding is that means it was a brand new piece that was never sold and was potentially stored away unworn and unused until I bought it. And I just find it so intricate. I love the size of it. It's a bit more of a statement. And it's weirdly quite versatile because I've worn it to work before with a very, very simple outfit just to make it feel a little bit more dressy. And I've worn it to a wedding to contrast against a simple dress that I wore. So it traverses occasions. I don't even know if that makes sense. So I'll show you a bit closer. That is the pendant. And in terms of the chain length, it can go over my head like all the others. I've put it on the wrong way. There we go. This is back to front, but you get the idea. So that's that. And actually what inspired me to even go looking for a piece like this was a very old photo that I had saved on my Pinterest board. I think I came across it for the first time I want to say maybe 2010 or 2011, a long time ago. And it's a photo of a fashion world figure called, well, her name at the time was Giovanni Battaglia, and I believe she's married now, and I think her surname is Eaglebird or Eaglebird, something like that. But in my mind she's still kind of locked in as Giovanna Battaglia. And she was my noughties style inspiration. And there's a photo of her wearing a big necklace somewhat similar to this, with a grey turtleneck I think she was wearing it over. And yeah, I loved it so much. I've loved it for years. And one night, I guess I was not able to sleep or I was bored, and I went on a little Google image search hunt and I found this, which is quite similar in some ways. So that's the story. So those are the necklaces I'll show you tonight. I'm really surprised by how useful this Rogue lipstick has come. It's come in very handy. Completely unintentional, but there you go. So I'll pop these away. And I might just show you one more piece. And that is this bangle. Don't know if you can see that. There you go. So this is another Joan Rivers piece. As you can see, I went on a bit of a Joan Rivers vintage jewellery spree. And I really like it for a few reasons. Firstly, it reminds me quite a bit of the style of jewellery from a brand called Dear Charlotte Paris. I don't own anything from them, but I follow them and I love their jewellery. I think it's a little bit expensive and complicated for me to get it posted to me here in Australia, but I like their jewellery a lot, and their founder is probably my new Giovanni Battaglia. She's so stylish. So this kind of reminds me of a piece that I would maybe find from them. And the other reason I like it is because these little ends here actually screw off. And it came with, let me take these off. Came with multiple ends. So you can see, kind of reminds me of like when I was a kid and I imagined what treasure on a pirate's ship would look like. And you know, when there was films about pirates and treasure chests, and they would reach in, like a character would reach into the chest and pull out all these gems and sparkling things. It always kind of looked like that. So that's probably part of why this appealed to me so much, because I'm still a child in some ways. So we've got 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. So in girl maths, I got 5 bracelets for the price of 1. And yeah, I found that really special and cool. And again, because it's vintage, it is so sturdy. It's so well made. And even though it's decades old, it hasn't tarnished or chipped or anything. So I'll show you some of the other ends. So we've got just these plain gold ones. So maybe you can see, I think I've got my light on a little bit harsh, so I think that's stopping you from being able to see the detail too well, but like the other Joan Rivers pieces, it's very ornate. It almost has a Chateau de Versailles vibe. And then obviously there's the black ones that I had on there with the black stones. I think I'll probably get the most use out of the black ones and the plain gold. Then I've got these pearls, which are very cute. They would be really cute as earrings too. I wonder if I can get some kind of attachment and turn them into studs. So there's those. There's these ones that are very sparkly. I'm probably less likely to use these, but you never know. There you go. And then these ones that I'm not sure if I'll ever use these ends, but I do love them because they kind of remind me of like the roofs of the I think it's the churches in Russia that are colourful and almost have this onion shape, sort of. Well, not onion, garlic shape, where it tapers at the top. And I love the jewel colours. Very pretty. So I'm not as likely to wear those, but it's still nice to have them. And they all came as a set. So that was nice. So yeah, that was one of my other special vintage Joan Rivers finds. And I had no idea until quite recently that she even did jewelry. So that's cool. I will pop these back on. I love how they really screw in as well. They feel so secure. I think if it was something that was manufactured recently, I don't know if I would trust the sturdiness quite as much, and I'm sure I would have paid a lot more money if it was something manufactured now. So yeah, that is my bracelet. So I'll put these away. I'll put this very fortuitous lipstick back where it does not belong. Move this. Put this here. I want to get it centered because otherwise it's going to really bother me when I'm editing. There we go. So there you go. I hope that was not as boring as the original jewellery video that I spared you. And thank you to the beautiful commenter who made the suggestion. I appreciate it. I'll leave it there. So, thank you as always so much for watching and for your beautiful comments. I read all of them, and they really have warmed my heart so much, the ones that I've received so far. So thank you, and I hope to see you on my next video. Good night.